what does it mean to be an apologist? Is it, Christians just going around saying, sorry, sorry, sorry? That's not it. I mean, what does it mean to be an apologist, and how long have each of you been doing this? Bobby?
Well, listen, I can remember the first time I heard the word apologetics. I was driving down to work at the Ritz-Carlton off the 5 in Southern California, and I was listening to K-Wave, and I thought, my goodness, why do they keep talking about doing apologetics? I'm sorry enough already for, my sins. And I showed up at work, and the bellman at the Ritz-Carlton was a Christian guy, and he told me that it just means to give a defense. I got into apologetics on my own level to give a defense for Christianity as a result of doing the gospel. So for me, I was sharing the gospel with 50 to 100 people a week in personal evangelism. Never heard the gospel. I was 19, got so excited about my salvation and about the freedom I experienced, and I was going out talking to people, and apologetics became a necessary tool for me to use in evangelism. And anybody who's ever said apologetics isn't important has just revealed how little evangelism they're engaged in.
That's right. I mean, people say you can't argue someone into the kingdom, and my response is, no, nonsense. It happens all the time. And it's not that the arguments sitting out there by themselves do the work. The Holy Spirit is using the good arguments, the good reasons, the rationale to make a difference in the person to bring them to Christ. Now, it's interesting the way you described your own walk, Bobby, because for me, and you and I both know this, for people in our field, many of them became Christians as a result of apologetics. That wasn't the case for me, and it sounds like it wasn't the case so much for you either. The Holy Spirit drew me into the kingdom, just dragged me in, and I just realized, as my brother had been sharing with me about the gospel and Jesus over a period of time, it just started to settle in. I said, man, this stuff is true. This is the real deal. And then I trusted Christ. I received Christ in September 28th, 1973. And during the Jesus movement, my first church I ever walked into was Calvary Chapel here 2 weeks later. I wasn't a member there, but I came to one of their concerts and everything. So that was my start. But it got me on the street, being a Christian, talking to people about Christ, evangelism like you had done, Bobby. And I realized I better have more answers than I do. Because even though you can know the truth because of the work of the Holy Spirit in you, you can't show that to someone else. Knowing and showing are two different things. It's a distinction that William Lane Craig makes, and I think it's a good one. And so by showing them, by learning some things that are reasons why our convictions are well justified, there are good reasons for believing what we believe. This is what gets people's attention when other things won't.